the torch that he passed to me? How long have you known?
Known what?
About the darkness I carry inside me. You seem to have been aware of it for quite some time now.
Why ask me now? What does it matter? But yes, I have. I've pretty much known that something was gnawing at you ever since we left Menancia.
So basically since the very start of our journey then. Just when I thought I couldn't feel more ashamed.
Leave the past where it belongs. We have no need for it now. You're forging ahead. That's what matters. If my brother could see you, he'd be proud.
Not as proud as he would be of his sister, I'm sure.
Well then, just as well it's not a competition, huh?
Kisara? Anyone at home in there?
Sorry. Did I look distracted?
Among other things. To be entirely honest, I couldn't tell whether you were smiling or frowning.
You were thinking about Dohalim, weren't you?
That obvious, huh? I was just thinking how good it is to see him moving forward at last. It was always so infuriating, knowing how capable he could be if he just put his mind to it. A prisoner trapped in a cage of his own self-doubt. But now, he's finally beginning to spread his wings. I'm happy for him.
So, then why do you look so sad?
Oh, I don't know if I'd say sad. There's a bittersweetness to it, I guess. It's good and strange, knowing that he won't be needing me anymore. It probably sounds weird, doesn't it? I have this massive worry off my mind. I should be jumping up and down for joy, right?
Must be that maternal instinct of yours at work.
Rinwell's right. You're like a mother bird, finally letting go as her child takes his first shaking and nervous flight from the nest.
A pretty big child.
That's one way to look at it. I wouldn't like to see Dohalim's face if he heard you say that. All this has made me realize I can't allow myself to become a prisoner of my own making like he was. If Dohalim can forge his own path ahead, then I can too. I won't be left behind.
Thought we'd find answers on Lenegis, but we just ended up finding more questions.
You can say that again. And now we have more problems to fix too. Like figuring out how to reform Lenegis.
That can wait for now. We've got more than enough on our plates to deal with as it is. Like figuring out who's really running the show on Rena.
Yeah. Which is why we're going to the Renan homeworld.
All the answers we've been looking for are on that planet. The person responsible for all this. The Red Woman and the Renaissance. The answers have to be there. Are we prepared to finally find them?
So, what do we do first when we get there?
We know nothing about the Renan homeworld or what we might face once we arrive. We should get a feel for how things are on the ground before we take any serious steps.
It's also entirely possible that the first thing we're going to face is an attack.
If we come across a capital, we should... What? Damn! The hell just happened?
Our course has been altered. The coordinates are pointing to a different destination.
What's that?
The ship's controls aren't accepting my commands. The engine is being shut down.
That's bad, right?
Quite bad. We've lost control of the ship.
Is all of this the Red Women's doing?
Are they trying to finish us off before we can land?
Everyone! Look there!
A flower blooming out of Retta?
But that flower looks like it's absorbing all of Dana's energy.
And it appears Lenegis is serving as a conduit for that energy to reach here. Could that have been its true purpose all along?
If that's true, do you think the people back on Lenegis are all right?
We can only pray that they are.
Damn it! Haven't they taken enough already? When is this going to end?
The Flower of Oblivion.
With everything that's happening, we need to get back to Lenegis. Is the ship still offline?
Unfortunately, yes. Even more so than when it lay dormant.
Can you fix it?
Starships are extremely complex machines. One wrong move while we're out here in space could very well cost us our lives.
So what? We're just stuck inside here, floating around? For how long?
I don't believe this. We've made it all this way, and now we're stuck here? We're watching Dana die before our eyes, and we have no choice but to sit here and starve to death?
Law, calm down. You're not the only one who's worried here.
Right. Sorry.
It's still too early to give up. There has to be a way to get out of this.
Alphen.
Now what?
The starship, it's back online?
No, this is different. Something is pulling our ship in towards it.
We managed to get moving, but where are we?
It looks like Lenegis in here.
Do you think we might run into more Renans here? Or those red women?
Perhaps. Someone brought us here. The question is, who?
We haven't been ambushed, so that probably means they aren't hostile. Still, why would anyone want to bring us here?
Hey, Shion!
If they wanted to attack us, they could have done so while we were back on the starship. We should see where this path takes us.
Shion, just in the nick of time. Here, lend me a hand while I...
No!
What the... Oh, right. The thorns. My bad.
No, I'm the one who should apologize. I overreacted.
Again, Law? Can't you even go a minute without putting your foot in your mouth?
Seriously, it's fine. I'd rather that than people feeling like they're walking on eggshells around me. Besides, I'm the one who should be vigilant about not touching you guys, not the other way around.
Actually, I've been meaning to ask. Not being able to touch people, does it ever get lonely sometimes?
I guess I never really thought about it in those terms. It was either accept it for what it was, or come undone. Before long, it was just part of my everyday reality. I think I even forgot there was another way to live. Which isn't to say I didn't feel alone. I did. Always.
So numb to your reality, you couldn't even recognize it as loneliness? I don't know how you managed.
It's fine. I know I'm not alone anymore.
But I can't even touch you. No way of lending you a shoulder when you're down? Even Alphen.
I appreciate the concern. Until I get rid of these thorns, I guess I'll have to put up with it just a little longer. But not forever. Alphen promised me that. Maybe it'll be soon, maybe it won't be. But either way, the day will come. And I'll be ready when it does.
Yeah, just hang in there. One day, we'll share a big warm hug. You'll see. I promise.
Boo! Ah! What the? Are you out of your mind? This isn't the time for games, Rinwell.
Oh, come on. How am I supposed to resist with you looking all jittery like that?
It's called experiencing feelings appropriate to the situation. You ought to try it sometime.
Yeah, but seeing you act all nervous, you're making me start to feel nervous too. Whew!
Oh, sorry.
Staying alert is important, but too much caution can cloud your judgment. Try to strike a balance.
I still can't get over what we saw happening outside the starship.
Yeah, our planet's really not doing too hot right about now.
I've only ever seen Rena from the surface of Dana, so I figured it was just another round planet like ours. Still though, I never would have imagined Rena actually looked like that. And what's the deal with that giant flower coming out of it?
Beats me. I have absolutely no clue. It's so surreal. It looks like a broken egg or something.
Rena and Dana. We were taught that both worlds were spherical bodies that floated amongst the stars in the heavens. But to think that they lied to us not only about the Sovereign and the Crown contest, but also the form of our own planet.
Dohalim.
Okay. That beam of light joining Dana and Rena. It was the Renan side that it first came from, right?
That's what it looked like. And then the Danon side responded.
Perhaps it was some kind of directive from the Renan homeworld? To reawaken the Wedge and Lenegis?
Which would mean that whoever's behind all this is on Rena after all. But what are they after? Is it really worth going through all this trouble just to steal Dana's energy?
Try to stay calm. With so many factors we don't understand, dwelling on it won't get us anywhere. What is it?
No, it's just... Zephyr once told me the same thing. So much for me making progress, huh?
You made it this far, didn't you? You notice something, you change it. That's all anyone can do. But you can't stand still in the meantime.
This place looks a lot like that room we saw back in the Forbidden Zone.
Huh? What's that? It's one of those!
A red woman in disguise. Or is this their true form?
So it was a trap?
It doesn't look like it can move. Tell me, are you the one who brought us here?
That is correct. It is unusual for me to have unexpected guests these days.
It can talk.
What are you?
Hevrect 35.
Hevrect 35. Is that your name?
Correct.
What is this place? No, wait, before that, just what exactly are you? Are you somehow associated with the Red Women?
Before I answer, I have a question for you. How did you all arrive in this sector?
We did not come to this place by choice.
I shall now answer your questions. We are Helgenquil. The Red Women you encountered previously are a form of disguise we employ from time to time, but not our true form.
Helgenquil?
You are on Date Phasal, a celestial base which drifted here by accident. The will of Rena's great spirit no longer reaches us here. Since my sudden separation from the great spirit's influence,
You can't seriously be buying anything that creature told us, right? I mean, it's practically blackmailing us into doing its dirty work.
To be honest, the conversation went on for so long, I'm not sure I understood all of it. How about you, Dohalim? Were you able to follow it at all?
At the very least, everything it said about the Renan Great Spirit adds up. At the end of the day, this whole chain of events comes back to astral energy. That being said, had we not previously encountered the will of Dana, I suspect I would find its story much more difficult to believe.
The spirit of Rena wants to see Dana completely destroyed.
But why? Astral energy is supposed to be a force that creates and shapes the world.
It doesn't matter. I don't care if we're up against an entire world or what its game is. We're not going to let it destroy Dana.
Right.
There is one other thing that concerns me. How the Great Spirit, the Helgenquil, and the Crown Contest are all part of a centuries-long plan is clear enough. But what about the Renans? How do they
Now that you mention it, and all that talk, Hevrek 35 never even brought up the Renans.
Maybe it had a reason for keeping it. Let's find out. Who are they?
What is it?
Oh, my apologies. It's just been so long since I've seen any humans from the outside world.
Are you a Renan?
Oh, yeah, I guess so. The Overseer told us to answer any questions you might have. Whatever you want to know, we'll tell you as much as we can. But be quick. Our subjects are undergoing a dramatic shift that we don't want to miss.
What a weird guy.
He must have meant Hevrecht 35 when he mentioned that overseer.
And what was that about subjects? You don't think he meant Dana and Rena, do you?
There isn't anyone else we can talk to. I guess we should ask around here.
Have you guys lived up here in Deg Faisal with Hevrecht 35 for a long time?
Yes. I couldn't tell you off the top of my head just how long it's been, though. We regularly go into stasis, so our sense of time has gotten rather out of whack over the years.
Why are you all even here in the first place?
Originally, this station was where we worked to perform maintenance on Lenegus from the outside.
We heard that the facility ended up in its current location due to an accident.
Oh, it was terrible. Apparently there was some kind of accident, and when help never arrived, they presumed the entire facility had been destroyed.
And you've been working for Hevrecht 35 ever since?
Well, at first we thought that there was nobody else inside the facility, but then it turned out the Overseer was there all along.
What do you mean?
The Helganquil have the technology to cloak themselves around us Renans. As long as they don't do anything obvious, a Renan won't see one, even if it's right in front of them.
Which would explain why Shion and I failed to notice the Red Women previously. Do they employ an astral art of some sort?
I haven't been able to scientifically confirm it for myself, but from what I understand, the type of cloaking they use is primarily achieved through mechanical means. In addition, they also used hypnosis devices and information control to get us to do what they wanted without being detected. It's a pretty sophisticated operation, especially since it avoids any unnecessary conflict. I have to imagine that's how Lenegus is still run.
But aren't the Helganquil themselves controlled by the Great Spirit? If so, why aren't Renans affected by it in the same way?
The Great Spirit's mind control only works on Helganquil, so they had to employ other means to manipulate us Renans.
You act like this didn't affect you personally. If I was you, I'd be mad as hell at their deceptions.
I mean, sure, I was surprised when I first found out about it, but it happened so long ago.
Hevrecht 35 has clearly ceased concealing itself, though. Why is that?
Who can say? My guess is it just got bored, or maybe...
Don't you want to go back home to Rena or Lenegus?
No way. If we went back after knowing the truth, after all this time, there's nothing to be gained from going back. Things are going just fine with the Overseer. Not that it'll be around much. That said, I'm sure it's pleased.
Thank you for answering. Can we talk to you for a few minutes? Do you know anything about a spirit channeling plan?
It feels like our whole world has been turned upside down. Is there anything we know that's still true at this point?
Seriously, I'm still trying to process the fact that we Renans were created by the Helganquil, let alone the Sovereign and Maiden stuff.
Let's take a moment to gather ourselves. I know all of this is a lot to believe and take in, but I think it's fair to say that we've found the answers we've been looking for. Does everyone agree?
Agreed. Though I'll admit that I never expected it to all boil down to Rena's Great Spirit being behind everything.
Everything that's happened, everything we've endured, it's all because of astral energy.
And to get that energy, the Great Spirit took control of the Helganquil. Then the Helganquil created the Renans, who went on to invade and rule over the Danans.
Plus, the reason the Great Spirit can't directly control...
Everyone's just gone their own way, huh?
Yeah, let's hit up each spot.
Oh, it's you two. Does he seem like he's doing any better now?
Everything we thought we knew. It was all just a fabrication that the Red Women, no, that the Helganquil made up.
Right. Assuming we can believe anything that Hevrek 35 has told us, that is.
You both seem awfully calm.
Only because after everything we've seen, we don't have the energy to keep being shocked.
How are you holding up, Rinwell? And we'll talk about the Renans.
I still can't believe it, man.
You're not the only one still trying to make sense of all this. Believe me.
Really? You've never struck me as the type of guy to get...
I apologize for making you witness that.
You mean...
Well, it sounds like everyone's learning from their past and using it to create a better future for everyone.
What about you, Shion? How do you feel about the origin of the Renans?
To be honest, I'm not really all that shocked, actually. I mean, I might be a Renan in the literal sense, but I've never really felt like one of them. Right now, it's kind of a mystery.
How do you mean?
Because for a really, really long time, all I ever thought about was how I was going to die. Not if or when, but how. I thought I'd die alone. That fate had me in its steely grip. I would have never imagined that I'd be traveling with someone like you. Fighting to save Rena and Dana. I mean, how could I have? It's been going on for 300 years. All this tragedy and destruction. When you consider the Helganquil's part in all this, it's been even longer than that. It was Naori's hope that somehow, someone in the...
Well, is everybody ready to do what needs to be done?
I am. There's a lot to think about, but at the end of the day, Dana's still in danger. I don't care who we're up against. We'll kick their ass.
What are your thoughts, Alphen? I want to know what's on your mind, too.
Like Law said, if we have to fight the Great Spirit on Rena, then so be it. It's trying to rob us of our entire world. And it's going to take not just our home, but all of existence along with it. That alone is enough to make it our enemy. But it's not only that. One way or another, I think beating the Great Spirit is going to be tied to us saving Xion.
You're saying there's a chance?
You're referring to the vision of destruction we all saw in Lenegis, I take it?
Yeah. 3 centuries ago, the astral energy that appeared at the spirit channeling ceremony showed Naori that vision. And to hear Xion tell it, it's the same one that she sees from her own thorns as well.
Indeed. Xion's thorns are comprised of dark astral energy, the one type which we know is native only to Rena. And if Rena's great spirit is what's behind Dana's pending destruction, then...
Xion's thorns are the Great Spirit? It's not actually on Rena like we thought?
We don't know anything for certain. At the very least, though, I think it's possible her thorns are a part of the Great Spirit.
While the main body resides in Rena.
Xion.
If these thorns really are a part of Rena's great spirit, I'm going to go over there and give it a piece of my mind and then some.
The question is, how do we confront it? Suffice it to say, that flower growing out of Rena is enormous, large enough to house the will of an entire planet. The Wedge and Lenegis were both hard enough for us to overcome in their own right. This is an altogether greater challenge for merely 6.
And we only know about the Thorns' connection thanks to Naori.
Hevric 35 has been observing the Great Astral Spirit this whole time. It wouldn't ask us to fight it unless it has a plan of some sort. Let's go see what that is. Our minds are made up.
So if the Sovereign and Maiden were originally boot-up programs for Lenegis, what about now?
Even with the Forbidden Zone in ruin,
Do you have your answer for me?
we want to ask something first. You're asking us to fight an entire planet. How exactly do you expect us to do that? You must have something up your sleeve, or else you wouldn't put us up to it.
The Great Astral Spirit is an immense being, but its actual will does not run throughout its entire body. Rather, its will is derived from the core, which supports the rest of the body, and is where its strength is most densely concentrated. Therefore, if you destroy the core, the Great Spirit shall become unable to maintain sentience, and return to being ordinary astral energy.
And how are we supposed to destroy that core?
By using the Renas Alma. You will also need the assistance of both the Sovereign and the Maiden. They are our best tools for suppressing and controlling astral energy. Using their powers, the maiden shall seal the great astral spirit within her body, and the Sovereign shall wield the power of the Renis Alma to destroy it.
Hold on. That sounds a lot like what Shion described before.
Yeah, killing herself to take out the thorns with her.
She was actually right all along.
By my calculations, your powers combined should be sufficient to destroy the great astral spirit and disperse its energy widely enough to make it difficult to reform.
What will happen to the maiden once we manage to beat the great astral spirit?
Any matter contained within the field of destruction shall be erased.
So it really will kill me.
This method is the most simple one available to destroy the Great Spirit, and is therefore our most reliable option.
What are our other options?
There is little reason to consider alternative courses of action when the most optimal among them is so clear.
You don't get it. I promised Shion that she wouldn't die, that we'd save the world without needing to sacrifice her. We didn't fight this whole time just to give up on her at the very end. If there's any other way to take out the Great Spirit, I want to hear it.
This plan shall lead to the fewest losses in preserving your world. Abandoning it is irrational. It is vital that you proceed with this plan. A part of Rena's great astral spirit already resides within her. 300 years ago, the Great Spirit descended upon Lenegis in an attempt to assume direct control of the spirit channeling ceremony. We have reason to believe the Great Spirit left part of itself behind, and that it now resides in the Maiden.
Which would make Alphen's earlier hypothesis correct.
That part inside the Maiden belongs to the core, and can be used by the great astral spirit to revive itself. So long as it remains, it will be all but impossible to fully eradicate the Great Spirit. That is why it is necessary for it to be vanquished only once it is whole. Without the Maiden's direct control over the Great Spirit, attacking it is futile, and will only serve to strengthen it.
No.
Wait. Naori said that the Renis Alma can suppress the self-realization of astral energy, and that the thorns can be neutralized by placing them in it. If so, can't the same also be done to the Great Spirit, seeing as the thorns are simply part of it?
Well, can it?
It is true that the Renis Alma is capable of what you suggest, and could contain the great astral spirit.
Yes!
However, doing so requires fine control on the level of the spirit channeling ceremony, considering that the Renis Alma was previously lost when that ceremony failed. I cannot allow it. Its uncertainty is simply too great.
What does that mean for us if you won't allow it?
Your starship will not be restored, and you will all be unable to leave here.
Why you?
Fine then. I'd rather stay here and rot than do it your way.
Alphen?
Whatever we do, if we mess up, Dana's screwed. The Great Spirit will destroy it. If you're fine letting that happen, and we have nothing to gain either way, then I'd rather do nothing. We want to stop Dana from getting destroyed. We want to save it. But not if it means having to sacrifice one of us in the process. If all you're gonna do is sit back and watch us where it's safe, then quit ordering us around and shut up!
Alphen.
What you say is irrational. Be that as it may, I shall accede to your demand.
You'll agree?
I am an observer. The Sovereign, Maiden, and Renis Alma are my species' greatest achievement. I wish to see how well they work against the Great Spirit in light of our demise by its hands.
But what are we supposed to do about the Renis Alma? One of your buddies ran off with it back on Lenegis.
It is likely that the Renis Alma is with the Great Spirit, functioning as a catalyst for it to receive Dana's astral energy.
So our only option to retrieve it is to head straight for the Great Spirit and take it back?
According to my observations, the astral energy is most densely concentrated in the center of Rena, where the Great Spirit's core is located.
So right in the middle of that giant flower, then.
I have one more question. You've said that Rena's great astral spirit is already integrated with the planet. What will happen to Rena once it vanishes?
Without the will of the Great Spirit, Rena is predicted to collapse. Even in such a scenario, the energy will disperse, and the Great Spirit will likely not reform.
So you're saying that even if we manage to beat the Great Spirit without destroying it, we'll still be in danger?
Likely, the collapse will occur in stages. It is recommended that you all escape before the final stage.
Man, I wish that thing would tell it to us straight for once.
Hevrek 35 and the others have gotten used to hypothesizing from afar, is all. Fixed our starship. We're going to Rena.
Excellent.
But I want to make one thing clear. We're doing this for ourselves, to protect what matters to us. We're not doing it for your sake, or because you told us to. Remember that.
It matters little to me. The end result shall be the same. Repair work on your starship has commenced. You'll have to wait until it's finished.
Man, is it too...
Is the Renis Alma really our only hope against the Great Spirit? There has to be another way, right?
Shion's Fire Master Core was able to suppress
You sure you don't want to get some rest?
I can't. I've got too much on my mind. Everybody get enough rest? You ready for this?
Yeah, we should probably get moving.
Agreed. Can't stand around waiting all day.
Our task is relatively straightforward. We need only descend down to Rena, defeat the Great Spirit, and restore stability to both worlds.
We're fighting for a new future for both Dana and Rena.
Right. We've come this far. We will save our worlds. That's a promise.
Then let's go, everybody. We've got one last wall to tear down.
Repairs on your starship are complete. Everything is in working order.
Is that you, Hevrek 35? You can see us from where you are?
I can. I can see anywhere within the bounds of Dake Faisal.
Sounds like someone's a peeping Tom.
Maybe we should give Hevrek 35 a break. It has been stuck in this tiny facility for a very, very long time.
I have unlocked all functions on your starship. You can now make use of its warp drive.
Warp drive? Wait, you mean like what the Red Women used on us? What brought us here?
It's possible that the Red Women may have found a way to activate it on the starship. They are Helganquil, after all.
Using the warp drive, you should be able to breach Rena's atmosphere without being detected.
Wait, should?
You'll need to be careful. Due to the force field surrounding Rena, the ship will be unable to go any further than the surface of the planet.
So, once we reach the shell, it appears we'll have to infiltrate the core by foot. Understood.
We gotta go all the way down just walking?
Will all the Helganquil go back to normal once we defeat the Great Spirit? I have a strange feeling we're going to have to fight them before this is all over.
The extinction of my people is inevitable at this stage. As such, it would be illogical to risk the success of the mission in a vain attempt to save my kind.
We understand.
Can't that thing lighten up a bit? Everything it says seems to be about what's illogical.
Well, come on, Doe.
Hold up, did you just...
You heard the lady. Get going.
I have one last question.
What?
As Sovereign, your identification number indicates that you are well past your predicted life expectancy. Similarly, the Maiden lacks any identification number, as her function should have been rendered unnecessary. Despite this, the two of you continue to exist. Why?
We exist because others have entrusted this to us. Over the years, many people have come together and sworn to see this through to the end.
You mean it is because of multiple chance interactions? The likelihood of such events is statistically improbable. Why have you two continued to persist under these conditions?
It's hard to explain. To be honest, I don't think it's something an observer could understand. All right, time to get back on the phone lines.
It would appear that our Helganquil host really has fulfilled its end of the bargain.
You know what that means. Time to go to Rena.
I guess this means we should give that warp drive a spin.
There's nothing here. This weird ocean we're surrounded by just stretches out everywhere. Is this really where the Helganquil come from?
I don't sense even a trace of astral energy. This world is dead.
Then this must be the hollowing.
You mean to tell me this whole world, the entire ocean is that stuff?
And it's covering everything. The entire planet.
This is what the Great Spirit does. After it depleted this planet of every last speck of astral energy, it went after Dana.
So arresting. This world of doom.
Back in its day, Rena was probably just as vibrant as Dana is. But after being robbed of its astral energy for so long, those days are gone and past. This is all that will remain.
So the Great Spirit took everything. It stole energy not just from living beings, but the land, the sea, everything.
And it bound the Helganquil in servitude, until their whole world was nothing but this. And by the looks of it, that's how it remains to this day. A world of death and emptiness.
With nothing left here to consume, the Great Spirit turned its sights on Dana, looking for another host.
You're saying if we don't stop it, this is what Dana's going to look like?
We can be sure that even these few remaining remnants of Renan life will not be spared in the end.
If the oblivion and darkness both Shion and Naori saw comes to pass, nothing will survive. It looks like we can climb down from there. Let's take a look.
So this is
A hollowed ocean as far as the eye can see. What do you think would happen if we fell in?
What do you mean, what would happen? You'd drown, wouldn't you?
Come to think of it, I don't believe I've heard of someone ever trying. Perhaps you'd like the glory of being the first?
No, I'll pass.
This is essentially a world-sized Renan graveyard. Are you proposing to disturb the dead slumber just to satisfy your curiosity, Law?
No, because I said I passed.
Taking an interest is understandable, but let's not forget where we are. This place deserves our respect.
Looks like we're not going to be hearing the end of this one for a while.
You'd think I was already snorkeling in it or something. So the idea is to seal the Great Spirit inside the Rena's Alma using the Sovereign and Maiden's power. But just how do we do that exactly?
I'm guessing it won't be as easy as holding a spirit channeling ceremony at our leisure.
I already had wielded astral energy once 3 centuries ago. As for suppressing her thorns, Shion's had a lifetime's experience. The problem isn't just our enemy's strength, it's that it's sentient too. And you can bet anything you like it's not going to just sit back and let us destroy it.
In other words, we need to find some way to weaken it in advance. The Great Spirit, that is.
Back when Shion's thorns flew out of control, we were able to deal with them directly. If this is their host, they should be even more corporeal here.
If that's the case, it should make them easier to attack at least. And if we can manage to divert enough energy away from the spirit's core, even temporarily,
We might just be able to weaken it enough to steal the Rena's Alma, which we can then use to seal it away forever. It won't be easy, but it's our only shot. Time to buckle up. Question for you. Let's say, knock on wood, everything turns out for the best.
What'll the world be like? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, I mean, at the end of this, do you really think everything will be that different?
A lot will have to change, that's for sure. The world will have to adjust to so much. My only worry is if those changes turn out to be merely skin deep.
What do you mean?
It's well and good putting an end to Renan rule. But if it just turns the tables, it's all for naught.
That's true. Just as bad if the Danans started pressing their own.
Renans, Danans, astral art users, mages. The world is full of labels used to divide and separate people.
If only we could see differences like that for what they are. No different to someone having a musical talent or being good with their hands. Not differences so much as characteristics.
It will take someone in power to set an example. But with time, people will follow. And then, perhaps one day...
There will no longer be any need for the example. It will have become second nature.
That's where we come in. We can set the example. Imagine it. A world where magic and astral arts are used to help people. Where that's the norm rather than the exception.
Yeah, you're right, Rinwell. Why wait for somebody else? We can show them ourselves.
I wonder what Hilganquil's civilization was like at its zenith.
I can imagine that'd be something you'd take an interest in.
There's no question it must have been advanced, like none either world has ever seen. We could surely stand to learn a thing or two from such a people.
I get that you're itching to delve into its history, but we've got bigger fish to fry right now.
Put a pin in it, and you can do all the research you want when you retire.
I can think of worse things than a retirement dedicated to research. As for whether Rena is amenable to an aging specimen...
It's a little early to be giving it serious thought just yet.
A man can dream, though. A man can dream.
Oh, we didn't say there's anything wrong with dreaming.
In your case, Dohalim, dreams have a habit of spiraling into something else.
You'll need to stay with us for now, though. You're too helpful to let retire.
Why do I feel this is less of a compliment and more of an ultimatum?
Just a friendly suggestion.
Looks like we've warped into that pit of astral energy.
Hey! Hey, I just realized something!
Is this about dinner last night? I didn't realize those ingredients were off.
What? No! I mean... Wait, you fed us rotten food?
Rinwell, the point.
Oh, yeah.
You know, guys, when you think about it, we've taken out a lot of Zeugles. Like, a whole lot.
You can say that again. If one thing's for certain in this world, it's that wherever we go, we'll always end up bumping into them.
Isn't it weird that they're still...
Ganquill.
Guess they don't need their Red Woman disguises anymore.
Wait, can you understand us?
It's no use. We're not going to get through to them.
So they really are being controlled. In that case, we've got no choice.
I knew there was something off here!
They're not pulling punches. We have no choice but to beat them at their own game.
Here's a healing arc! First aid! Glacial spear! Here's evil!
Take that! Inferno turret! Never see what I can do! Swallow blade! Try this!
Leave the enemy's arc to me!
No place here! Inferno turret! In a vine? Swallow blade!
You got company!
Light. Try harder! Far enough! Here!
By the power of water!
The flame inside is yours! Give the other flame!
Pierce evil! Air thrust!
Slash! Swallow blade!
Let them mark! Thunderblade! Illuminate this one's mine!
Swallow blade!
Holy glimmer!
Slash! Try
Holy
this!
lance!
Infernal sword! Slash!
I'm going to use all the power of my
Rotating
brain
blast!
to
Slash!
deal with this.
Try this!
Slash! Dance in the wind! In here!
Swallow blade! Take this! I'll smash you!
Don't mind if I do!
Slash!
Turn the tables on them.
There are still more left!
Right. No time to hold back.
Infernal
Don't
turret!
get in my way! Dance in the
Swallow
wind!
blade!
Here now!
Infernal turret!
Nothing there yet!
I'll find you with this stuff!
Just pull myself together!
Dance in the wind! Not today!
Ready? One at a time! I'm going to need to use all the power of my sword to accomplish this!
No further!
Resurrection! Gale force!
Try this! It exploded?
Don't get caught in the blast! Ready! Free blaster!
Light.
Magic is here! Free blaster!
Swallow blade! Try this! Ready and ready!
Elevator into the west!
Light burst force!
Radiant Genesis! You don't mess around! This one's mine!
Certainly not. Armor won't save you! Stalagmite!
Shield! Do it!
In an instant! Impact block! It's on! Demon Fang!
Illuminate the top! Come
Burn!
Holy glimmer!
Demon Fang!
Holy lance!
Any more of this and I'll... Now!
Alphen.
I can't forgive them for what they've done, but I hate killing them. They don't even know why they're fighting. How does that even make them any different from the Danon slaves?
Perhaps. However, if we don't make a choice, the guilt of not doing anything will be that much worse.
Yeah, I know. I hate for it to be like this. But if it happens again, you won't find me hesitating to act.
I wonder if we're going to get attacked again.
If we lose heart now, this whole mission is over. We have to stay the course.
We've reached our destination. Why are you staring at me?
I could ask the same thing.
So this is how the Sovereign and Maiden are supposed to look. You two go great together.
Law, come stand between us.
Oh, sure. You want me to put something white on as well?
Of course she doesn't.
What do you know? Another big fire monster with nothing better to...
I wonder...
Well, whatever.
Well, no...
I thought you like...
Against those things? Besides...
Yeah, I guess...
Shion, could we talk a moment?
I thought you had something to talk about. I was waiting on you.
Not really. Why? Should I leave you alone when I don't?
No, it's fine.
We used to really have to force these conversations when we started talking to each other, didn't we?
To say the least. Hey.
What is it?
Do you think you'd like to make something together?
Make what exactly?
Just if you wanna make dinner together. What did you think I meant?
Huh? Dinner? Oh, dinner, yes. Yes, of course. Dinner. Right.
What did you think I was talking about?
No, it's nothing. Don't worry about it. Anyway, what did you have in mind?
Well, do you recognize these ingredients?
This is... Wait, is this?
So you remember? That's right. We're going to fix the very first meal we ever had together. Although I remember it not being well received when we had it.
You still remember that, huh? I'm sorry, Shion.
I'm just teasing you, Alphen. I picked this recipe because it's easy to make, and I thought it would be a good choice for dinner, too. Anyway, let's get to work. With both of us making it, we should be finished in no time.
I never thought we'd end up eating alone like this again. Just the two of us.
Yeah. So much has changed when you look back on it. Well, I guess maybe not what we're eating, but still.
No, I'd say even that's changed too, in a sense. Our meals are a whole lot better now.
True. We've both come quite a long way in the culinary arts.
That's not exactly what I mean. How do I put it? It feels like eating together is a lot more enjoyable than it used to be.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
Even after our battles are done, when Dana is saved and our mission is finished, we'll probably still be sitting down to dinner like this, night after night.
Yep, I doubt that much will change. You've always got to eat at some point.
I hope our dinners will always feel like this.
Maybe not exactly like this. Hopefully we won't still be camping out.
Oh, no, not at all. I meant in a nice, warm house. One with a roof over our heads and a proper fireplace, instead of an open campfire.
And real chairs instead of these logs. Nice plates and silverware on a big dining table. Oh, and a proper kitchen. That'd be nice too.
And when it's time to fix dinner, we'll be in that kitchen.
Standing side by side.
Whoops. Looks like we made too much. I don't think we'll be able to finish all this.
Yeah, you're right. I'll see if anybody else is still awake. I'd really hate to have to throw it away.
Side by side, huh?
I'm looking forward to breakfast. Did you get enough sleep? Doing some thinking?
Nah. It just occurred to me that our journey's been going for a while now.
Is it a wonder to you our group has held together this long?
Maybe. We've got Danans, Renans, a lord, an age, and even a guy from another time. Yet here we all are, leaning on each other as travel companions. It's like a minor miracle.
If anything, I'd say it's proof. Proof that as long as we accept each other for who we are, we can all get along.
And with understanding comes togetherness. Yeah, we are more than enough evidence of that.
I've always had a thorny relationship with others. Quite literally, as it happens. I figured that it was easier to give up on intimacy, rather than having to go through all of the pain of rejection. I mean, is it any wonder I grew thorns around my heart, too?
But now...
Right. Now... I still have my thorns, of course. But they don't cover my heart. I know now that there is more than one way for people to relate to one another. It was you and everyone else here that taught me that. Everyone that you brought together, Alphen.
It wasn't just me. I mean, sure, I invited a few folks to join us, but... swordsmanship's about all I have to offer. Everyone's taught and supported me just as much as I have them.
You see? That's what I'm talking about.
What do you mean?
I mean, you're fine just as you are. The bonds that you form with others, they shine more brightly because they're mutual. It's not just one bond for you. It's many, each with a heart of its own. That's what makes them special.
You worked hard today too, didn't you, sweetie?
I'll see you again tomorrow. It gets a...
Hey, Law. Been training?
Yeah, I guess I got a little carried away. You think this is bad, you should see the state of my underwear.
Yeah. A word of advice. You might want to refrain from mentioning that stuff around girls. Ones without a military history especially.
Man, can you imagine Rinwell's face? She'd have a nervous breakdown.
I meant in general, but... you sure mention her a lot, you know.
Huh? Oh, you know, she's always there, even when you least expect it. Springs to mind easily.
Either that, or maybe some part of you is subconsciously always wishing she was there.
May the trials and tribulations of young romance never change.
Romance? Like I'd be interested in that know-it-all tomboy. I'm more about mature women. Someone more like Kisara.
You know, I used to be a tomboy too when I was Rinwell's age.
Look, it's not tomboys I have anything against. But come on, you've got to admit she can be a lot to handle.
Hey, I miss anything? What's all the fuss about?
Rinwell!
Thunderblade!
Ah! What the hell was that for?
A little birdie told me you were speaking about me behind my back. Whew!
From the looks of it, I'd say you've got yourself a rival.
It wouldn't be called the Spring of Youth without a little storm every now and then.
Hey, Shion. How are you and Alphen getting on these days?
That's a little out of the blue. Why do you ask?
Sorry, it's just... I don't know, I'm just curious, I guess. I mean, a lot's changed now he's got his senses back and all.
I suppose you're right. Well, to tell you the truth, if he'd been the way he is now back when I'd first met him, I probably wouldn't have gotten this involved. But then, if we hadn't met like we did, then I never would have experienced these feelings, so... I guess... it's complicated.
I can imagine. I know it's not the same thing, but... I know what it feels like to have someone you love who's out of reach.
Because of Nagal.
Alphen's still alive. It's not too late, you know. And after all, who can say what the future holds? I think if I were you, I'd take things as they come for now.
Besides, touch isn't everything. I've never touched you, Shion. But that doesn't stop you from knowing that I care about you, right?
That's true. But I do remember back when we first met, you made it plenty clear you weren't my biggest fan.
But that was a long time ago. There were lots of things I didn't understand back then. Not that that's the point.
Don't worry, I'm only teasing. I know what you mean. Thank you. And you're right. There are ways to convey your feelings besides just touching.
I'll say, cooking immediately springs to mind. And if it's someone's favorite dish, all the better. If there's something on your mind that you want to tell him, why not try appealing directly to his stomach?
You might just have a point. I'll give it a shot.
Uh-oh. If it's Alphen's palate you're appealing to, that doesn't bode well for the rest of us.
Well, friendship is about being supportive. Sometimes we just have to do our best and take one for the team, right?
Even after staying here, we never truly got to the bottom of what makes this realm's citizens tick.
Renan and Danon are meaningless distinctions here. To have one's own mind is strictly forbidden.
We finally made it. I thought there'd be more dirt and rocks and stuff underneath the hollowed ocean, but it's all artificial.
I would imagine they're remnants left behind by the Helganquil, seeing as there's little actual land remaining.
It's incredible. Do you think it stretches all the way down to the center of the planet?
Hey, these guys built Lenegus, remember? They probably did this in a weekend.
If they had the power to create things like this, did they really only use those immense capabilities to serve the Great Spirit? Or rather, was that the only use the Great Spirit... We haven't seen anyone here except Helganquil. Looks like this place really is their home planet.
The true citizens of Rena. What a shame that they have become nothing more than puppets to the Great Spirit. To think of the promise their accomplishments once held. They had the potential to be great indeed.
Do you think we could have got along with them? You know, if we had met under different circumstances. Like
all of us, you mean?
Just look at the size of that thing. The Helganquil's technology certainly is impressive. And they don't seem to do things by halves either. In the past 300 years, no, even before that, just how many people, Renan or Danon, do you think have ever seen this?
Regarding the past 3 centuries, at least, I'd say there's a good chance that we're the first. Also, while I get that it's impressive and all, I'm just amazed you're still standing around gawping at it at a time like this.
I wonder how the Renans avoided being mind-controlled like the Helganquil. Do you think it might have something to do with the fact that they were originally Danans?
I'd say it's likely, which is pretty ironic when you think about it.
Ironic?
The Renans have committed grave injustices against the Danans. And it was all of their own volition, not because they were being controlled.
Bad feeling about this.
Ready to go! Lion!
Your company!
Deny! Explosive ring!
In here! This'll come in handy.
Here I go.
Leave the ensnaring to me.
Yeah! And pummel it to me! Try this! Explosive ring!
Now, he's off! Go for it!
Prepare to crumble!
Radiant light! Here! Captain, not on my watch! Out of ammo!
Rending you up! Burn!
Right after
Demon flame! Explosive ring! Slot!
If it's in the sky, it's mine.
Infernal torrent! Take this! Slot!
Gale Force!
This one's mine.
Swallow blade!
Let's go!
Slot!
Oh, Sergeant Light!
Demon flame! Heal! Now you let loose! Demon flame!
This ends now.
Consider yourself finished!
There you go, Alphen.
It's time to end this battle!
I'm right beside you.
On your knees! Explosive ring! Demon flame!
This ends now.
Consider yourself finished!
My exploits are bearing fruit.
Is this a dead end?
It appears this whole room functions as an elevator. That apparatus there is likely what's used to control it.
What the? Where did they come from?
Less worry, more action. Concentrate.
Demon Fang!
Your wit won't save you from me.
Now, let loose. Demon Fang! It's on! Explosive ring! Not today! Demon Fang! Explosive ring!
In a bind? I'm ready!
This ends now.
Consider yourself finished.
There you go. Not on my watch. Ready to go. Now. This ends now.
Consider yourself finished. More Sucrose?
Keep calm and take them down.
Explosive ring!
I'm ready. This ends now.
Consider yourself finished.
Demon Fang. That'll bring you down. That'll bring you down.
Burn it hell!
Do it. Anything in astral energy. Full throttle. A flawless victory. Naturally.
Smash you!
Demon Fang! Try this! Explosive ring! Next! More! Demon Fang! Demon Fang! Try this! Explosive ring! Demon Fang! Try this! Demon Fang!
Not much longer to go.
Come on, one final push.
Let's do this together, Alpha.
Thanks. I'm ready. Commander of Heaven.
Phoenix Cyclone.
You picked the wrong fight.
Get on board to die next.
More? Demon Fang! Explosive ring! Demon Fang!
Anything in armor is all mine!
Explosive ring! Explosive ring! Now I think try this! Eat this! More? Demon Fang!
I never miss. Here, let me help.
Explosive ring!
Now, very well. Astral energy, full throttle.
More? Demon Fang!
I can handle it.
Elusive deity!
Explosive ring! Demon Fang!
Soaring blast!
Now or never! Explosive
No
ring!
further!
Burn up.
Demon Fang! It's on! Demon Fang!
Do it. Get toasty.
Burn strike! More? Ignite! Negative Fang!
Onward! Go far!
Explosive
That'll
ring!
bring you down.
I'll smash you! Air pressure!
Don't mind if I do.
Demon
Do
Fang!
it. This ends now.
Consider yourself finished. More? Demon Fang! Eat dirt! Demon Fang!
This one's mine. Who wants to die next?
More? Demon Fang! Try this!
Here.
Explosive ring!
The wind. Air thrust.
Demon Fang! Demon Fang!
Now, long. Get toasty.
Burn strike! More? Try this! Explosive ring! Okay, here I go. Demon Fang!
Nothing gets by me.
More? Demon Fang! I'm ready!
Radiant astral energy. Full throttle.
I can carve through armor!
No further!
I'm grateful. Explosive ring!
Begin!
Demon Fang!
Resonate with the earth! Stalagmite!
Explosive ring!
Fade The flame inside me yearns to be let free! Bloody howling! Resonate with the earth!
Now! Lost! Get toasty!
Burn strike! Demon Fang!
Raging cascade!
Explosive ring! Bloody howling! Demon Fang!
If it's in the sky, it's
Lightning
mine!
Explosive ring!
This one's mine!
Lightning condensed!
Demon Fang!
Thunderblade!
I'm
Illuminate
ready.
Beyond! Astral energy! Full throttle!
Am I on a roll or what?
Well, look who's in a bright and shiny mood.
Even in such a harsh environment as this, there are still creatures here?
You think they're native to Rena? Or could they be Zoogles somehow?
Whatever they are, they're dangerous. Watch yourselves around them. You think that pit... It stretches all the way to Rena's core?
That's true. And if we go down, we should find the Great Spirit at the bottom.
We could get there even faster if we simply jump down instead.
You sound alarmingly serious when you say that.
Ready to go! Insects will stay on the ground. If it's in the sky, it's mine! Where are you
Got
going?
fire!
I've got it! Got a mark!
All yours!
Provide assistance.
I'm ready! Demon
Far enough!
It's time! Demon Fang!
Take this!
This one's all mine!
In here! Healing up!
Demon Fang! Burn in hell!
Why'd you heal me?
To stop you dying?
I'm ready!
Kitara! Go for it! Prepare to crumble!
Demon Fang! Demon Fang!
Here's the raging cascade!
Explosive ring!
Let's get
Demon
you all
Fang!
away!
Do it!
River!
Astral energy!
Say no more.
Shot!
Here, well done!
Shattering the...
Use too much.
Demon defeated! Burn in hell! Demon Fang! Try this!
Will this help?
Explosive ring!
Nothing gets
Howling!
far enough!
Demon Fang!
Astral energy! Full throttle!
On your
Blade of fear!
Try
Illuminate the
this!
dark!
Explosive ring! Demon Fang!
Now!
Kill!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished.
I think I'm getting stronger.
We've reached our destination.
Hey, Shion. Why do you look so tense whenever we're traveling on the road?
Do I? It's not something I do consciously.
It makes you look really Renin in a way, if you get what I mean. Oh, not in a bad way, though.
That's interesting. I never thought I'd see the day where you'd say something being Renin wasn't an insult.
Well, the same goes for you, right? You don't go around saying it's bad to be Dana.
True. I guess you have a point there.
Make sure to get some good rest.
Time to work off that last.
What do you all say to taking the path less trodden for once?
Path? I don't see any path.
Do you mean that thing that looks like an animal trail? Path may be a generous term. I'm assuming you know where it leads?
My gut says to a bridge.
Poodle says your gut's wrong.
Really? Well, it is definitely in the right general direction.
Not that main roads are necessarily danger-free, but he does have an uncanny knack for insisting on some strange and unique routes.
I never thought about this until now, Alphen. But doesn't it get hot wearing that armor all the time? You feel heat and cold again, don't you?
That was quite the little adventure we went on.
comes. This one's tough.
This one's mine. You got company.
Infernal Turret! Swallow Blade, try this! Infernal Turret! Swallow Blade, try this!
Can't get out of this!
Infernal Turret! Swallow Blade, try this!
Prepare to be sealed, though.
Demon Fang! Demon Fang!
Perhaps bound is more appropriate.
Let's talk things more doable.
Hold on!
Ignite!
Now! Jolene! This one's got your name on it!
Action to action! A merry
Demon
distraction.
Fang!
There's still more to go!
I'm going to look at the
Explosive
power
ring!
of my healing arts to accomplish.
I can handle it!
Try this!
Begin! I don't know what I do
Hold
without
on, here I come.
Perhaps now isn't the time?
I really don't.
Now, Law! Get toasty!
Burn Strike! Explosive ring! Demon Fang! Explosive ring! Demon Fang!
Can you take it?
Explosive ring!
I never miss!
Demon Fang! Try this!
Do it! Supernova! Astral energy! Full throttle! A flawless victory!
Burn it!
Naturally!
Armor won't save you!
Can't be swallowed!
Try this! Explosive ring!
Law! Get toasty!
Burn Strike!
Over so soon?
Bad feeling about this.
A wall to shield from calamity. A spot of peace.
I'm out of ammo. Air thrust.
Demon Fang! Try this!
Here's the evil. Don't mind if I do.
Demon Fang!
Can you take it? Does it hurt?
Explosive ring!
Elusive deity! No dawn shall break this night.
Try this!
Anything in order is all mine. I'll blind you with a shout.
Ignite!
Premonition light. In a vine? I'll smash you!
Shining
Try
supernova.
this!
I'm going to need to bring the power of my healing arts to accomplish this.
Let the marksman handle this. That'll bring you down.
Demon Fang! Catapult!
Lightning! Razor cyclone!
Ready to go.
Now! Take this! Demon Fang!
Stars of light!
Explosive ring!
No dawn shall break this night.
Demon Fang! Demon
Not
Fang!
in your dreams!
Burn!
Soaring cloud.
Far enough.
Demon Fang! Try this! Demon Fang!
Can't get out of this.
Will this help? Now.
Totally! In an instant! Impact Club! We work well together.
Like a finely timed walk.
Illuminate the dark! Holy cliff, holy land! I'll take it from here. Let's see how you handle this!
Deus Roar!
Demon Fang!
Violent starting here.
Explosive ring!
Here!
I'll pick you up.
Demon Fang!
Recover!
Explosive ring!
Lunar corruption!
Demon Fang! Try this!
Annihilation!
Explosive ring!
Here's a healing arc!
Demon
Take that! Thunder
Now you see what I can do!
Illuminate the sun! Holy glimmer!
Try this!
Ready!
Explosive ring!
It's time to finish this! Die! Consuming wildfire! Here, let me help! Not in your dreams! First aid!
I knew you were going to do it. Then tonight's meal is on you. You've got it.
Demon Fang! In a vine! Yours to be let free! Burn! I'm ready! And more of this.
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
You're quite the gunslinger.
I have to be, in this world.
Don't worry, I've got your back.
Looks like some solid equipment.
This one will be difficult to predict.
I can't heal you forever! Water! Fall into the
Shield from calamity.
Lunar blast!
Ready and rare! I can carve through armor!
Easy smelling to me.
Yeah! And it's in the sky to me! Annihilation!
Demon Fang!
Leave the charges to me! Far enough! Radiant
Demon Fang!
Outstanding form!
Demon Fang! Try this!
Elusive deity.
Explosive ring!
Leading pile driver.
Demon Fang! Demon Fang!
Now! Long! Get toasty!
Burn strike!
Am I on a roll or what?
Well, look who's in a bright and shiny mood.
Great, now I'm hurt and dirty. This won't be easy.
Don't be such a pessimist.
Ignite! Demon Fang!
I think I'll cut out the handshake.
Try this! Explosive ring! Demon Fang! Try harder! Take this!
Lightning orb! Lightning cannon!
Take this!
Flame of fury! Thunder
Try
blast!
harder! Nonsense!
Illuminate the dark sphere! Holy lamp!
Nothing gets by me. Captivity. Denied. Demon Fang. Try this. Elusive deity.
I never miss.
Hitting pile driver.
Illuminate Mega Ray. Gemini Aqua. Holy Rock.
You must be tired of killing me.
I'm merely doing what I can.
Glad you're on us.
Demon Fang. Shattering the pieces. Attack us. They smite with blackened blade. Try this.
Glacial Spear. Here's Evil.
Explosive ring.
Lightning Orb. Ready.
Execution.
First aid.
Our art is
Now
being
you see what I
interrupted.
can do. Demon Fang.
One more.
Explosive ring. Can't get out of this.
Dance in the
Demon
wind.
Fang. Try this. Explosive ring.
Radiant Blood. Here.
Demon Fang. Swallow blade.
Dance in the wind. Field. This'll come in handy.
I'll stop its charge.
Thanks, Kitara.
The blade side refused to be let free.
Rain down.
Demon Fang. Seismic mustard.
Here I go.
Infernal torrent.
Mega Rhythm Marksman handles this.
Infernal
I
torrent.
never miss.
Shattering the pieces.
Annihilation.
Attack us. Elusive deity.
Now
See what I can do.
Rain
Can you
down.
take it?
Purify.
Non-chip. Take it. Enough of it.
Illuminate the storm.
Sorry to
Holy
It'll do the same for me.
Dance in the wind.
No further. Demon
Here,
Fang.
here. One more time. Here, let me help. First aid. Illuminate the top. Hold on to your corruption. Here I come.
Demon Fang.
Power of water.
Burn.
Mega Ray.
Demon Fang. Try this.
Weak now.
Explosive ring.
Outstanding form.
I owe you one.
I'm out of field.
Nothing gets by me.
Denied.
Demon Fang.
This ends now.
Consider yourself finished.
My exploits are bearing fruit.
These structures don't look like anything built by the remnants, or even what we saw in the Forbidden Zone.
Perhaps this is the true architectural style of the Helganqua. Or perhaps the opposite, given their situation.
You mean like how some places favor building stuff with stone, while others rely on wood?
That's an interesting way of looking at it. I'll have to inquire with Hevrecht 35 about it sometime.
Armor won't save you!
These things really get on my nerves. There!
Shield from calamity. Got fire!
I've got this! Let a marksman handle it!
All yours! Explosive ring! Prepare to be sealed.
Less talking, more doing.
You picked the wrong fight! Demon Fang! I'm ready!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished.
There you go, Alphen.
It's time to end this battle.
I'm right beside you. Shield. I'll be saving this one. Here's a illuminated door. Nice ball. Holy glimmer. Holy run.
Demon Fang!
Here I come.
Shattering the pieces! Attack time! Demon Fang!
Radiant
This one's
door.
all mine! Not today! Demon Fang! Here! Okay.
Illuminate
Explosive ring! Demon play! Catapult! All in order. You require a hand. Take this! Demon play!
Air thrust! Here,
Try
let me
this.
help.
Explosive ring! Demon play!
Not much longer to go.
Come on, one final push.
Let's do this together, Alpha.
Explosive ring!
Now!
Chill!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished.
Glacial
Demon
Spear.
play! Can you take it?
Whoa!
Try this!
When did it fire?
Nothing gets by me! Heal! I owe you one.
I've used a bit too much healing.
Don't get careless.
Take this! Don't tell me! I'll smash you! Explosive ring! Demon play! Okay, here I go!
Not in your dreams.
Not
Use your
today!
healing art. I can't hold on much longer.
Demon play!
Air thrust. Photon blast.
I'm ready! Explosive ring!
I'm pretty worn out.
Want to rest up for a bit?
This won't be easy. Don't be such a pessimist. Eat dirt. That'll bring you down. I can't hold on much longer.
Demon play! In a bind? Swallow blade! Try this! Demon play!
Do it! This one's got your name on it!
Action to action! A merry dispatch!
Do it! There's still more to go. This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Remember to tell me if you need healing.
I expect you'll be in high demand if that's the case.
We've reached our destination.
You worked hard today too, didn't you, sweetie?
This was a good day.
What joy to be sated. May I know this satisfaction ever.
Everything okay there, big guy? You look kind of pissed.
I'll say. He looks like he wants to bite the head off something.
What's eating at you? Come on, Alphen. You're gonna bring us all down if you keep that ferocious scowl on.
Hmm? Oh, sorry. Do I really look that ticked off?
Yeah, it kinda makes you hard to talk to. So, what's bothering you?
It's a pebble.
A pebble?
Snuck its way into the back of my boot. Can't seem to get rid of it.
Oh, I totally get you. Weird how much it can get on your nerves, huh?
Yeah. It's barely bigger than a grain of sand. So how... I'm impressed how well balanced this thing is.
You finally made it. Damn it! Now you see what I can do! Burn it out! Explosive ring! Incantation ruin! Infernal torrent! Dream impact! Explosive ring! Dream impact! Ready!
Astral energy! Full throttle! A flawless victory! Naturally! Do it! Astral energy! Full throttle!
Demon Fang!
Let the marksman handle
Try this!
That'll bring you down! Now! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Wow, look what I just found.
Brace yourselves! This one's tough! It's on! Fear throbs in pain.
Careful!
You picked the wrong fight! No further! Explosive ring! No dawn shall break this night!
Hearts require complete focus! I'll heal you all! Far enough! Healing circle!
Demon Fang! Try this!
Demon
Explosive ring! Demon Fang! Try this! Explosive ring!
It's time to finish this! Die! Consuming wildfire!
Demon Fang! Explosive ring!
Adversity is said to be the best motivation.
Ready and ready! I'll smash you!
Let us take to the fray.
One more! Searing flame!
On your knees.
Where are you going?
You picked the wrong fight! Demon Fang! Explosive Ring! Demon Fang! Explosive Ring!
No further!
Ready to go! Far enough! I'll stop its charge!
Thanks, Kisara.
Take much more.
Demon Fang! Try this!
Here's a healing art.
Explosive Ring!
First aid. Glacial spear. Here's evil.
Being interrupted.
Eat this!
Leave the enemy's art to me.
Armor won't save you! No complaints here!
Demon Fang!
On your knees.
Try harder!
Not kill.
Demon Fang! Try harder! Now! Here I come! Demon
No
Fang!
further. Benediction.
Hold nothing back! Try harder! It's on! Now!
Benediction light.
Burn in hell! Demon Fang! Try this!
Raging cascade.
Explosive Ring! Demon
Do it.
Fang! Lock!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
That was a little close for comfort.